Hello. Hello. Good morning to all. Hope everyone's well. Alright, let's not delay. Let's get into this. So I just want to check my levels. How did my tool go today? Alright. Let's check so I'll do the overnight. No, sorry, the previous day. Previous day value highs, okay. May as well do them all together. The overnight value high is okay. Previous day value low is okay. Previous day value. Hang on, what's going on there? Okay, so the previous day is a little bit out. Previous day. Is that previous day? No, it's overnight value low. Overnight value low. I'll have to replot. Overnight value low. Sorry, I should have done this before, but I ran out of time. Okay, so the overnight value low is just a little off. So we'll change that. The previous week's fine, I know, I've already checked. Overnight POC is fine. And previous day POC is fine. I think that was it. Overnight value high is a little off. Okay, I'll change that. Overnight value high is a little off. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if the tool overnight value high. Anyway, at a glance it helps me know, so I'll keep using that. Okay, whoa. That's a big move. The session, so this is the start, 6 a.m. my time, 6 p.m. your time, New York, US. If I can get there. And that is my session, current session. Okay, so what are we looking at, guys? Okay, so we haven't really got much. Everything's lower. So at the moment, we haven't really got much to go off. So this might be a bit of a slow morning. Probably just looking at it, that's probably where we're looking. Going up to the previous week value high. Oh, I've got a bad headache. So I was a good boy. I went to the gym today. So excuse my muscles. Got the guns out, all the mini guns, the pistols. So what are we going to look at? So there's not much to look at the moment. Really, it's what we're going to be doing, which direction we're going to go, either up here or we'll just go straight down. First gut feel is that we'll be looking at going up, but we're a fair way off. We are not too bad. So 32 points away. So I'm possibly just to get a trade in. Possibly looking, maybe, once we clear this here, it's possibly looking at a long, the problem is the stop loss. Do I want to risk that much? Maybe. Let's see where the by the time we get up here, let's see where the POC, today's session POC is. I don't particularly like using brand new points of interest like this, like the current session. It's literally half an hour in, so if it goes above our high, which was 616, I might look at a long into here. Possibly. Let's see how we go. Okay. So that's sort of the setup I'll be looking at. But we'll play it by ear. Still a bit too early. The data's still too raw to make that decision yet, but at the moment, if I had to say anything, that would be what I would look at. Sorry, that probably comes across bad, blowing on the mic. Yeah, so what other potential trades have we got to look at? Now this purple line, I think I discussed this yesterday, is the previous day close. So that's where we sat at, previous day close. And to get to that, look, you don't need it. I like it just having the visuals, having the visual of that sitting there just so I can see it, see where it previously closed. It is a reaction point. It's not a strong like you have a the volume profile points, but it is handy to have it there and use for stop losses and take profits. What am I doing? I'm showing you where that is. I don't know why I always have trouble finding it. It was there, wasn't it? Previous day close. Should just look for the color. Okay. So that's our point marked here, painted on there. Yeah. So I won't take trades from it. I think I've said it before. I won't take trades on it, but I will use it as a guide for maybe a stop loss / take profit. So if I was looking at a short, and I was sort of within this range, I would use that, or just fall front it, as a spot to get out, because it does quite often react around it, but it's not strong, is what I'm trying to get at. Okay, now I haven't looked at what's going on in the world. And I haven't looked at didn't happen overnight. Had the FOMC meetings yesterday. Not too much. It was at 2 a.m. my time, 2 p.m. your time. 2 a.m. my time. Where the hell are we? Oh my god. I'm on the 1 minute, so it's way back, sorry. Didn't really do much, did it? This was a candle towards 3 that was pretty big, but yeah. Obviously negative news. But yeah, it did a bit, I guess. What's that? That's a 170 odd. Oops. Yeah, okay. Alright, looks like we're probably going to wait till Australia opens. The other thing I want to look at is I ran the AI. Just trying to work out, is that today's? Oh, it is. Okay. Alright, so what has AI telling me today? Okay. Right formed. Market state condition trending into resistance. Previous week value highs 29,542. Yeah. Whoops, I moved that, didn't I? So I was looking at getting in about there. Previous week's value highs, value lows 29,085. Overnight session. Alright, so what's it saying? Setups long. Forget. Acceptance above 29,525. Entry 1 minute hold. Retest after Asia open. Stop loss below 29.40. So basically that's what we've already planned. Okay, here we are here. So if this holds, I'll look at along here. 10 seconds. Let's see what this next candle. I'm gonna go along here.
Order filled.
And I'm gonna have a stop.
Order working.
And I'm gonna have a long about I want a short one. 550, 532.
Order working.
Now let's have a shot at. Oh, I don't know. I think I've mucked this up. 50-50, 64 take profit, stop loss. Oh,
Order filled.
okay. Oh, it's a win.
Order cancelled.
Okay. That's alright. I'm happy enough with that. I've got to fix this. You guys probably can't even see it, can you? Did that show up on that? Anyway, that was a win. I don't know how much though. That should be a couple $100. Where's my performance gone? There. 185. Yeah, I don't think I had my take profit set the best there. I'm going to 535. Anyway, that's all right. Good enough. Now, we haven't swept the high, so there is an opportunity to go back in. Let's set this up properly. $521. I think I'll have another shot at this.
Order working. Order working.
Whoops. Hey, what am I doing here? 20 and that's 6. Oh, I've missed it. So I won't go back in. If that comes down now, because it just that double top high, or triple top actually, I might go in. Well, I will go in because I've got my order set. I'll be looking at something like that if it comes back down. If it goes and sweeps up here, better make sure that is correct. Previous week, purple. 542. Yeah, 542. I checked that the other day, so that should be right. So does that... It doesn't show, sorry. That was that win before. 185. Got to come up with a better way to show that, don't I? That doesn't really show you guys. So anyway, that was a win before, $185. And hopefully we get another chance. I'm going to front run that a little. Alright, and I'll take profit up at about 534 here. If it comes back down. Somewhere about there. What's the time? How long have we got before? So we've got 7 minutes. If this doesn't come down now, I'll probably pull this off the table and wait for the open. We shall see. So if any of these candles go above this, I'm just going to exit. What did I say? 534. Alright, so that's already gone. Okay.
Order cancelled.
So I'll cancel those because that's come and clicked. If this was after the open, I would have been looking at a sell-off from there. But because Australia Open's coming up, I don't want to do it yet. I'll wait till, like if I wasn't looking at the times, that would be just an instant short. But I'm just conscious of these opening hourly candles from now to 7 o'clock, to 8 o'clock, to 9 o'clock. They'll do some funny things. So I don't want to be part of that game. That's why if it came down here, I'm happy to have a shot at it, because the ultimate goal, even with the opening range for the 7 o'clock, would be to go there. So I was a bit more confident in taking that trade. What I'd ideally like to see now is just the open to go, because we've already hit it, we've hit our target, is to go above it, come down and start retesting around here. There's nothing really above here, so I'd be still looking for a short. So it might come up and hit the actual previous day high. So that's not the node. Sorry, that's not the volume profile setup. That's the actual previous day high. That's what I got to. So it might target that. In fact, it probably will target that. Sweep that for a new high. And then if the market wants to go up, it'll still keep going up, but we'll know. We'll know from what happens here at 7 o'clock and this target here. So if it starts building structure up above, then we're in for a pretty strong few hours, I'd say. But My gut feel is telling me, everything's telling me that we're going down. But let's see what happens at 7 o'clock in 3 minutes. Okay. Oh my god, look at my hair. Sorry guys. Okay. So does that make sense why I was looking at that move? Presume it does. Where do we get in? Trading, execution. Oh, have I got them marked, haven't I? Oh, yeah. So we entered here, took profit there. No, we entered there, took profit there. That's a nice start to the morning. All right. Now, I really want to... So what's our... This is so annoying. Okay, so I presume we're at 7. No, not yet. 1 minute to go. So I've put in an early candle, 6:59, to try and entice the market, whichever direction it probably doesn't want to go. Still like a short from there, but just that previous day high is sort of telling me we might want to go there first. I'm happy to wait. If I didn't have that first trade, so that's why I like having that early trade, just so I've got a bit of confidence going into that 7 o'clock candle. I don't just guess a trade. I'm happy to sit back and wait, see what the direction is. Do do do. Pretty low volume at the moment. So this is our opening candle here. Pushing higher, pushing higher. Takes out anyone that was thinking, oh, it's definitely going down. I'm going to put my stop loss tight here and try and get a short. So Mr. Market Maker likes doing that, grabbing some liquidity. Now it'll probably do its real move. Let's see. Let's see if we target up here. Have I got my breakouts on? Yep, so I've got my orb, my Australian open orb, 5-minute orb, that will kick in shortly. So the high initially so far is here. And we shall see. Oh, bless me. Okay, what are we in? So this is up 7:02. Okay, so a couple more minutes. So if you're drawing your levels or boxing your levels, this is what we're looking at so far. And we are up to the 703, 704, 705. So looking at 10 points so far. So this is how you would do your I wonder if that's a target or not. Or we might just go straight down. We shall see, we shall see. Yeah, what else was I saying? I was looking at the AI. What was the AI saying? AI. A plus setups. Long acceptance above 525. With a runner. Short at 542 if it fails. Yeah, so that's sort of where... Okay. Basically what we were saying. The only thing I don't think AI has sort of taken into account is just this previous day high, just if it wants that or not. So if all this accumulation had been above here, I'd be more inclined to suspect we're going up here. We shall see though. Alright, so this is the 7:05, so this is the last candle. 16 seconds left. What's the delay? I haven't actually looked into the delay. Is there a delay? Yes, there is. Okay. Why didn't that kick in? Yeah, that's why. Okay, so that's our orb structure. So let's see what it wants to do. Wish that wasn't there. I would have been probably in for a short. But because that's there, I think first move might be up to grab that. Why does that keep moving? Like Salgo. Yeah, as I stated, I think it was yesterday. What I've got on my chart, I've got the 200 SMA, which is down here, way down here. Well, not traditionally, but technically, if the market's above the 200 MA and 50 MA, that's my 50 MA, we are in a bullish, we're in a bullish direction or a bullish mindset. I've got the VWAP, which is the volume medium. What does VWAP? Volume weighted average price. And that is pretty useful little tool, because wherever that is in the market, usually it draws like a magnet the direction that the market should be, where it should be, the average, and it quite often is a target for where the direction of the market will go. That's why everything leads me to think we're going down. I just don't know if we're going down off this point or down off here. What I could do is do something like this. I could do that actually. And target just there. Maybe. That's just... everything's leading me to suspect we're in a bearish... well, the next move will probably be bearish, but I think we might test up here first. So I just don't know how strong a test that will be, if it's an actual real move up or... I'm prepared to wait and see. Let's see what it does here. It's going to at least, well, here I'm predicting again. I only predict because I need in my head just a roadmap where I'm planning my next trade basically. So if it comes up pretty strong and heavy through here, I just don't rate these as high as the where the value's sitting on the previous day sessions. That's the very extremity. Doesn't mean it's getting there. If that sort of makes sense. We shall see, we shall see. So it's going to chop in here. What sort of range did we end up getting? Yeah, so small. So there's low volume at the moment. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Oh yeah, how's my... I'm in a couple of little competitions with Spotify. I don't use Spotify, I use YouTube Music, but Spotify's got this cool little game. I don't think it's Spotify, it might be... What is it called? It's called Music League. So basically, you go against a group of people in a competition for a tournament. So you pick out your song. Each round has whatever 20 rounds, and you go up against everyone else. There's music. Everyone votes on your music. You vote on everyone else's music, and by the end of the round, it tells you whose music got voted the best. So I'm in a couple of quite fun. It's called musiclead.com. If you're into your music and got a couple of mates you want to test your music ability against. So I've got 3 going at the moment. I am sitting at... Ooh, I'm top. Some votes must have come in. I'm top on 1. That's at round is that? That is at round 5 of 20. I'm in a friends one. Or family basically. Family, I am in... Hang on, that's not that one. Oh, did that just hit? Yeah, okay. So I would really like to short this once it goes under here. I'd kind of like to short that.
Order filled.
Didn't get the best entry there, unfortunately.
Order working.
And we shall see. Yeah, a terrible entry. Damn. I think this is going to sweep me out here. Because that hasn't... I think that's going to... Oh, that's a terrible entry. Why did I... How did I miss that? That's going to be...
Order working.
I just want to get out of this. I'm not happy with my entry there. Get out, get out, get out.
Order filled.
Yeah, that's fine.
Order cancelled.
I don't know what happened there. I thought I was getting in here, but I got it down here. Does it show? No. Is it gonna... See that, like... has been strong enough to move the session very high up to here. I still think it's got one little move. I think it will want to tag and sweep this high. That was my hesitancy. That's why I sort of hesitated a bit on this trade. I think it's going to go back up here, and I'd rather it take this out and then do this. Get in a bit early, so we shall see. Oh, this stream's way behind. You still can't see that, can you? Webcam and... I just have to have that black background too. So actually I put that buffer in the buffer box. Undo that. Sorry guys. I shouldn't be setting this up while we're on stream, but alright. I've got to come up with a better solution to show that, because who wants to look at a Tradeovate screen here? Anyway, so where are we? Lost track of where we are. Alright, so it's still sitting inside the orb. I'll keep that there just for the moment. Alright, so will we go sweep the highs and then make our move down? Or will we come up, take out the high again, and then put a bit of structure up above the previous day high? So that sort of move is 20 points. So I could have hung on to that trade a little bit longer, aiming for the orb, but I wanted to get out because I know it was I went in too early. Well, I think I went in too early. Yeah. And like for a 1-to-1, see how it extends. I'm happy to take a bit off that. So looking at the structure here, happy to take off here. But this is how I use the orb. This is how I use the orb to structure my trades. Not so much use it to trigger the trade, but to structure my trade, my entries, and my take profits. Every now and then, I'm happy to take a short, less than a 1-to-1. That doesn't worry me too much. So I'll put my stop loss if this does it, like I'm still anticipating we go up here. So whatever the high point is, that's where I'll structure this. So if it's only there, even better. Because I'm going to go for a less than 1-to-1 by the looks of it. No, I'm not even sure if that's the entry I'll look at. Let's see if we get the move. It's a bit annoying having those on. So that one. So remember yesterday I was saying with the orb it gives you a little indication where you are in the market. If we're above the center line, which is funny enough where the POC is, the session POC is. If we're above that, we're bullish. If we're below that, we're bearish. At that point in time, we're on the 1 minute candle, so take that for what it is. So why am I here? It's more just for the entry. Get a little bit extra because I'm going to make a bit of an assumption that we are. If we go up there, we're probably going to bounce down here quick. So I'm being a bit presumptuous there because I'd rather take the profit within this orb because it's only a small range. It's only 10 points. So I've got to get a little bit extra. So if we're coming hot and heavy down here, I'll probably tagged in there. I'll probably set up a so as soon as it's under this candle here, I'll probably set up a a short from here. But it's got to go and do its thing up here first. If it's just playing around here, I'm not doing that because I just want to see the target reached before I worry about coming in. Yeah, so it's little bit of a negative ROI as is, but this will, I'm happy to take 40 ticks there though. It'll depend on where this goes. And what's the time? 7:30. Whoa, already 7:30. So low volume on the Australian Open, or pre-Asia Open. What looks worse, my hat on or hat off? So at the moment we'll just chop around here, I guess. Don't be surprised if we come out, because a lot of people would have have stop set for here, and probably this candle here would have triggered a lot of longs in the market with a stop loss down here. So if it comes and takes just a sweep here, like a wick here, and goes up, sort of building the case for that long. People might say, why wouldn't you take your target here and look, set up your entry here for the long? And it is a good question. Could do it, but I'm still not. I'm not 100%. I'm not even 60%. I'm probably 60% sure that the market wants to take out that. That might not. That might just range in here and then come down. Might just range in here until 8 o'clock for Tokyo Open, and then it might consider that the taking out the highs anyway. I don't know. Just in my head at the moment, I see the bigger picture, the market moving down rather than coming up here and going higher. Could be wrong. Totally could be wrong. That's just, so I sort of like to trade where I think the market is going to ultimately go. So that might have been the high, and this might be the chop, setting up the volume here. And these are sort of the areas initially between zones. That would be my first sort of target. The other thing is, what I could do is something like this. So enter there for there. So enter once it actually breaks here. Not this first one, because I think this could still be we might get a little scam wick here. Not scam wick, but you know what I mean. A wick here to take out these lows and then head up higher and then come back down. So like this. Now I could be totally wrong here, so I hope no one's copy trading me. What am I doing? Sorry. So come down here for starters. Sit in here for a bit longer, maybe till 8 o'clock. Bang. And then come down for here. That's an arrow down. Let's see, my friends. Let's see. That could do none of that. Could just friggin' fly straight up. One go and keep going up. It should actually be red if it's a short. Chat's been a bit quiet. What do you guys think in chat? You guys longing and shorting? Alright, this all might just chop in this range in the orb until Tokyo, which it sort of, but Tokyo will do something. Might not be big moves, but it should do something. Like even that move's not much, is it? Like say it takes out this 35 points. So you know after a couple of hours if it's going to be a bit of a low volume session, which you quite often see in Asia. That's why a lot of people don't like that, the low volume. But if you've got a bit of a, personally I think I've got a bit of a bit of an advantage. I've got a bit of a edge, bit of a Pacific edge on the market. I don't mind those sort of ranges. Like you can work with 35, a range of 35 points. You just use the extremities. That's why the volume profile sort of works out for me. It's almost ideal for the range bound sort of trading. So the choppy sort of trading, it's sort of you just trade from like the extremities each time. So we've got that sort of range. So that's probably better range to check on. $50 points. There you go. We shall see where Mr. and Mrs. Market Maker want to go. Because between this historical point of interest here, there's not much left. There's nothing higher other than our previous day high and all-time highs. I don't know, was the news good enough to, the FOMC good enough to put strength in the market enough to come up here? Maybe this level. What is that level? Yeah, so there is still a few points in the market to chase if it does want to go higher. So don't predict, Mr. AJ. I move my chart around a bit too much, don't I? Hand off mouse. Just setting up. We've got 20 minutes to go. So I went downstairs. My condo's got a gym. I went downstairs, had a little bit of time. All I did was a 15-20 minute run on the treadmill. Well, when I say run, it wasn't really. It was a brisk walk. My knees are shot from playing a bit of footy and cricket, mainly cricket. My knees are a bit shot, so I can only really walk nowadays. Getting old, guys. So I did a 15-minute, I'm going to say run, but it wasn't. And I didn't do anything else, so I might end the stream early and go and just finish off doing some sit-ups, and I've got some weights up here. Try and build up my shoulders, my guns. My this is my footy hat, but my footy team's playing tonight, so I'll either watch it here. I don't like watching my team, or going to a pub. There's heaps of sports bars where I am, like a 5-minute cab ride. There's heaps of sports bars, heaps of Aussies watching the local football. Well, sorry, the Aussie rules football. So I might go and watch them tonight. My team, this team, they're playing tonight. We're terrible. We're probably on the bottom of the ladder, or finish on the bottom of the ladder by the end of the year, but I'll go watch them. But I don't like watching my team play at the pub, because I get a little bit angry when they're shit like they are. So I might just sit at home and watch it on TV. So that's in a few hours. Wow, this market is slow. Very slow. I'm just trying to work out where... So I'm miles off. The stream is not... How many seconds behind am I? I'll have to look into that, because that seems like we're a long way behind. Stream is excellent. Okay, what about the... How far behind in the stream am I, guys? Someone can just chuck in the chat just to give me an idea of what. Okay, here we go. So we're going to move above the orb. So let's see if we're going to sit here. Alright, so that's showing a bit of strength there. Okay. How high is it going to go? So if we start setting up structure above here, we're going higher. I just don't know where. First target will be these fair value gaps, because there's no... So I think we've still got another move, because we're only at the previous day high now. I think we need to sweep that. So that's the only move I would consider from here. Maybe a... It's just if it eats too far into here, I'm starting to think, well, maybe we've gone up as high as we're going to go. I don't want a long here. It's going to do it this fair value gap. So you can't tell me fair value gaps don't cause reaction. First one, a little one, but comes straight down to this one. What's the time? 15 minutes. Okay. Thought I might have done this. Tokyo. It sinks way out. The stream sinks. I'll have to look at that. Patience game. That's what trading is. Like yesterday, like today, I had a small win early, $300 or whatever it was, and then had to wait 3 hours for my sort of A+ trade. Even that was wasn't a huge move. But so anyone around yesterday did 300 on the first entry in the morning. Well, I think there was 2 entries, much like today. There was 2 entries first in the morning, and then into the China 9 o'clock opening out. I think it was around then. That's when we set up another trade. Was it a short? Yeah, it was a short. So it took all day, but there was, because I'm trading at the moment, I'm copy trading 3 accounts. No, it doesn't show. I'm copy trading 3 accounts, 3 Apex accounts, 3 50k Apex accounts, evals these are, and 150k, and I'm copy trading all those. So it was 900 on 3 accounts and 1800 on the 150k account. Evals, not real money, unfortunately. I'm trading I've got 5 funded accounts. I'm trading those off stream. I want to do those no pressure. The evals are doing okay. Like I'm above the 50k. I buggered up on I think it was Monday, so I had a bit of drawdown, $1,000 drawdown, but I'm above even now. So hopefully 2 or 3 days I'll have some fun. I'll have another 5 funded accounts. Right. What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? Let's just friggin' take it out and let's move on. Come on. Stop delaying. We know where you want to go. Yeah, I can't. I just don't want to trade along at this point. It could very well take off from here. Easily. Especially when Tokyo 10 minutes opens. But so far, I'm looking at trading a short. I just don't know where. Okay. So here we go now. Yeah, it's gone pretty deep into there now. This is a problem now of setting the stop loss. The further up it goes. And again, if we are putting in structure up here, we might not even be sure. We might not be coming down for a while. There's a bit of volume coming in here now. Whoa, holy mackerel, look at that. What the flip? Okay, so I guess that long would have been the best option. But from what I was looking at, I just couldn't long that. That's a nice little candle. Pre-Tokyo. Still got 9 minutes left. So I'm starting to think we will be, because that's a big candle. You can't ignore that. Look, it could it could just V-shaped straight down, definitely. Problem now is I've only got our value high here. Previous week value high is our older time frame points of interest, historical points of interest. Well, that changes a few things up. That's a strong candle. How far is that? It's only 26 points. Everything looks big on a 1 minute chart. Alright, so we've put in the higher highs. Oh. I like with Asian session, I still like it. It's done its thing here. It's taken out the highs. I still like seeing it come down and test some of these levels. Take out the lows, especially into these areas. But looks like for a while at least we'll be above. So as long as it's above the orb and above the current session POC, we're probably looking reasonably bullish still for a while. But at some point it will attempt to come down here. Maybe. But you never know. Maybe it'll just chop up around this range, like we were talking about, the opening range to these new highs, wherever it wants to go higher. But I'm going to sit on my hands for a minute, as much as I want to go in. Maybe at this level here, or even just at here, with a stop loss there. I want to wait to see what Tokyo is going to do. So, something like that maybe. Okay, so it's funny how that is, isn't it? The longest point there is right on that 50 orb. So I'm just looking. I'm just looking for entry points if I'm to get in this market. Oh, did I miss that? Jeez. Alright, but let's see. Patience, AJ. Let's see what happens in. I'm okay if I miss these sort of. If this comes down and hits our level, I'm okay with that. If I miss the move because of timing, I miss the move. I'll just wait for another entry. I am only trading eval, so I'm probably a little cautious when I don't need to be. But that's just how it is. That's fine. Because it's only a small range, Tokyo can easily whip through this and yeah, So I want to just see that play out. We should hurry up though. Do 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 do. Nice little bit of action though. Pre-Tokyo. What time was that? 7:51. And look at the. Remember I was showing you yesterday. Showing my showing these levels. Whoops. Showing these volume levels. These volume levels represent the bigger players putting in a lot of volume. I think yesterday I showed you guys a tool which, if you don't want volume showing here and you want it on the chart, there's a nice little indicator called, it's by a guy called Traders Realty. He's a YouTuber, this guy. He's got some good content actually, I don't mind. I haven't seen him for, I reckon I haven't seen him for 6 months, but so this chart here, this indicator here, whoops, did I hit that twice? Yeah, I did. Is good for the level, these vector candles. I'll get rid of this shit off. These, he calls them a vector candle, which is just basically these up here represented by the color candle. So the green ones are these volume ones. The normal grey ones will be grey up or down, doesn't matter. The strong ones are red. The strong bearish candles are red. So these are the ones where there's a lot of volume in the market in that particular candle. So if you want to save some screen space, that's another way. There's probably other ways. There's probably, if you look up volume, what would you look up? Volume strength candles or something like that. You'll probably see that. But that Traders Reality ones, that's free. That's free. So you may as well take advantage of it. I don't like it on my chart. I just like seeing it down here. Okay, so we are now in Tokyo. So you can see here, the long wouldn't have been a good idea. That's why I like waiting to see. Might still get the same outcome. So it comes bottom of the orb, bounces straight up. So if you're drawing your, so there'll be no use for this really after Tokyo produces its 5-minute orb, because it'll encompass this. So I'll probably turn this off anyway. Still could be used, because there will be players that are in this market in trades that are using these points. But for what I use it for, I probably won't keep that on the chart. I'll get rid of this and just keep the keep my Tokyo orb. So if you're playing at home and you want to draw an orb, you just draw your line there, your line there. Now that these could still, because we've still got 3 minutes left. These could change, but you can start putting it in there and just move it, adjust it as you're going up and down. Or you just draw the box and do the same thing. Whoa. Look at that. That is a nice candle. Being on the end of that might have been good. Oh, it's good in theory. Great if you can catch it, but I'll wait. Let them have their little fun and games. I don't need to catch everything. Stick to my plan. Now, I was going to... That's a big move. Was there any news come through on that? Oh, really? Oil falls. Oil falls because there's a bit of news on the Iran war, or hope for progress talks in Iran. Bloody hell. The Middle East is controlling the markets in the US. Yeah, so there's a bit of optimism talks with Iran, and that's all it needs. It just needs a positive spin on the market, and that's enough to use that as influence. So it looks like we might spend a bit of time. In the bullish area today or this morning, until that fades, and I still think we'll target down here. It's a long way down though. Maybe we'll just target our opening here. Where did it open? So target sort of this area. Potentially. But for now... Alright, so here's the... orb has been set. So the 5-minute Tokyo orb has been set. 42 points. So see how it's encompassed within. It's worth... I don't want to clutter my chart, especially for the stream here. I would probably keep that going just for now, because it's an area that we could look for bounce off, especially where I've got previous weekly high. Sorry, the value highs. That's sort of an area that will come into play again. So now that we've set here, I like my high opportunities here. What am I doing? Long. What's that get me? Okay, that's not bad. I might look at 2 contracts in here, take profit here, and look for a runner. Now we've got our... So I think I might look at that. If I go out, I go out. So we're talking... $542, just above 542.
Order working. Order working.
Something like that. 145, 555. That would be take profit one. Now I've only got one entry on here, one contract on here at the moment. Just have that sitting just underneath. Just using that. So under the orb, because it could wick down easily. And as long as we stay within this, I'm okay with my buy down here. If we come through, take all this out, that's the plan. If we sort of build structure here, it is looking a bit bear flaggy, bull flaggy. If we just keep, as soon as we break here, I'll have to readjust what I'm thinking. But it's going to be, I don't really want to trade up here. The only way I could trade, and I'd be hesitant to, is off some of these levels up. If this keeps going up and up. Alright, keep going down. Break down, break down. Where are we gone? I'm just tossing up wherever to put two contracts on from the start. Because they're developing POCs a bit lower, so really wouldn't mind two contracts on this trade though. Okay, come on, come on. So what are we going to do? Looking a bit bull flaggish, I must admit. $576. I'd love to have two entries, two contracts here, because there's a lot of room to let that run. So that would be higher anyway. 82. But it's got to get down here. Okay, here we go. This could go straight through. What do we got? So they were forcing it higher at that point. What candle's that? Market makers there are pushing it higher. This is my thinking. Could be totally wrong here, but I use these candles like that. The market is these market maker candles. I like to call them institutional buyers, whatever. The big players, they're sort of at that point they force the market down to try and get people, retail investors or traders, because they're doing that for a reason. So is the reason, this is when I overthink too much. So I should just shut up, shouldn't I? Let me shut up. Okay, let me shut up. So why am I looking at this as my entry point? Really just a reaction of that opening Australia / pre-Asia 5-minute orb. I'm looking at just getting in above the previous week value high. This would be my entry normally around here, which is here. So I'm just trying to just preempt that move from the orb, from the Australian Open 5-minute orb, just the highs on that. So if it's coming to here, it's going to hit here. So it might not necessarily hit the previous weekly value high here, but I'll only sort of play this at the moment until this gets tagged, or maybe that, but more this. Not tagged, but actually clean broke through, clean swept. Once that's swept, I'll readjust and look for a different entry point. It might be still the same area, but I'll look at a different, I'll just have to reassess. At the moment, I don't have to think anymore. This is what I want to do. We shall see. It's looking strong though. It's definitely looking strong. Will we get down here? Bit of strength right here, isn't there? The other thing I could have done is just play off. Sorry, I'm just looking at entry points where it makes sense to go in, because we've got the strength in the market to hit my 50 tick move pretty easily. It's just a stop loss. What makes sense? What makes sense? Keep that as my stop loss level. An entry here, maybe. Maybe. We'll see, we'll see. And what do you guys think in the chat? Where are we going? I was hoping to have been in along here. Alright, so what's it going to do? This is the first real time it's hit the 5-minute orb. Because there'll be a lot of trades in this area that are shorting. A lot of trades. No, a lot will have their stop losses here, or even here if they want a tighter stop loss, which makes sense. There would have been some that made money on it. Alright, so it did wick up over. Now it's coming down to test. That's a good indication. That's coming down a bit further, but it's also an indication that it's strong. So if we start now building structure outside this area, then we're going higher. Which is no good for me, because it looks like I probably won't get in a trade just now. Whoa, there you go. As soon as it broke the orb, off it goes. Off to the races. Damn. Now I've got to readjust. Because we've broken at my sort of plan, it's sort of changed a bit.
Order cancelled.
So now you got to ask yourself. And here we go. So we've got still like that. That was where I was taking profit. Alright, hang on. Let me assess this.
Order working. Order working.
My only concern is I think it's done its move. It's done what it wanted to do. Is it time to come down? So I'm probably going to not do two contracts as I originally planned. I was more confident in this move to break it up in along. So I would have had to, if I had got in here, if the market had come down, I had got in here. That would have been my plan, because just to at least break here and probably break the high here. So that move's done. So now we've got to just see if there's still a bit of strength left in the market, or are we going to start testing down. Bloody hell. Because in my thought plan, I cannot get in. At best I could get in there, which is that 50. Yeah. Damn. Patience. What do we got brewing over here? For now, I'm okay with these. Just because I think it's manipulating this section, I think. Probably should be in there though. It's just that stop loss. I don't want to be right on that. I'd rather be at least below the orb level. Hang on. Let's get rid of that. When's China? So China's half an hour away.
Order filled.
Oh, okay. We filled. So I want to take... I don't want to take profit. I want to let it run.
Order working.
Is that being too greedy? Maybe there. Come on. Give me a little bit. To be honest, what I might do, because we're a fair way away, I might move my... Just take a bit of... Has it been a bit too... Where's the halfway mark? 539, 539. Alright, this is an eval. What am I worrying about? I'll take a bit of risk off. That looks like it's going, if that breaks here.
Order
Oh, well,
filled.
I was going to try and move it up higher
Order cancelled.
and use my break even. Anyway, okay, that worked out okay. 600 for the session on 3 accounts. 3 50k accounts and one 150k account, 1200. That's okay, but I'm doing evals, so I want to get a bit more. Look at that. So I should have had. See, I don't know. I was a bit hesitant. I should have been a bit more aggressive there. Had my 2 contracts, killed the first one. So taken profit on the first one, and just let a runner come in because there's so much room up here. This is why I like trading like this, with the orb structure. It gives you some really good points to look at for entering and exiting trades. So I still want to have a bit of a play. I was hoping to make 1500 today on this account. So I still want another good trade. So now I'm thinking we have set the new high and taken off out of the orb, but there's no structure here just yet. So doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna, until we get a bit of structure here, doesn't definitely mean we're going for highs still. So I just want to see how we go with that. So in my eyes, I think we're still on for another trade like this, but it might be a bit more. Maybe there. Maybe I'll move up. Just under that. Potentially that. Something like that. Might only bounce back to here and then take off again, but while we're just still in this orb range, $5.53.
Order working.
$5.38.
Order working.
Something like that I'll probably look at. Alright, now we've broken here again. Let's see how much strength is here with this high value node here. Whoa, okay. That would have been a nice runner to hang on to. If I had two contracts in that would have been nice. So I would have taken profit wherever I took profit. Depending how I went here, I could have still been hanging on to that. So when that was running up, I would have taken profit here. At least got to there. I don't know. Depends. But anyway, I'm going to take that off because
Order cancelled.
now we've got structure outside the orb slash, well, outside the orb. Nothing's looking bearish at the moment, so there's no reason to think we're going short other than a retest back into these levels. It's just going to be harder and harder for me to get into a trade. So that, yeah, the only trade I can really do is that. Unless, like, ideally that's what I really want. Be underneath the orb, the 15-minute orb, which I'm going to get rid of and change to the China. And we'll just monitor that. How far away is that? Haven't got much. There's not much action going on in the stream, but I'm not doing this for you guys. No offense. I'm really just trading to try and straighten up some of my bad habits. So I've sort of putting myself out there a bit in the attempt to straighten me up, and because I overtrade, I seem to, especially on evals, I seem to overtrade. So I want to try and iron a bit of that out. So I thought I'll put myself out there, do a live stream. One, because I'm bored anyway. Two, maybe hopefully build a little community that can trade alongside me. Okay. That would have been nice. My day would have been over if I had that second contract in and running that up. But it's okay. It's okay. Now I've got to be conscious of, with Apex you got a 50%, what do you call it? The 50%, not continuous, what's the word? Levels. Can't think of the word. Should probably know it. 50% not continuation, what's it called? Anyway, basically I can only earn 50% of what I need as a profit. So 50% of, so I need 3,000 to pass these evals. So I can only, what is that word? Oh my god, sorry, I'm having a mental blank. So I can't get any more than 1,500 in a day. So I was hoping to test that though. So I've still got another 1,000 in me, but that would have done it. If I'd have got that entry in, wherever it was, where was that entry? If I'd have got that entry in, for 2 contracts. It was here, wasn't it? So if I'd have got that entry in, taken first profit, brought it up to break even, and then trailed that up. This was the only pullback here, and it wasn't a big pullback, so I might have got away with that, because normally I get stopped out when I do a trail when I'm with my runner, but that I might have got through, so that would have been good, and there was no reason to get out other than up here, so that probably would have been my day. But that's okay, I don't mind trading. So let's have another shot at it over China. Now I've noticed I'm getting a few views, but I think my stream is way out of sync. How do I change that? So as you can tell, I'm new on YouTube Live. Oh well, that's a long way away. Somewhere in my settings I'll have to adjust that. Sorry guys. No wonder everyone's dropping off, because they see the well, 1, my boring voice, but 2, we're way out of sync, so I'll rectify that somehow in the settings. Must be when I'm setting it up. I'll look into that, guys. Anyway, that's alright. I'm only doing this to get a few videos out there, so I can go and target Apex and try and get a couple of try and get a code for you guys. More in the anticipation of trying to get some free accounts so I can give away. I don't need them. I'm happy to pass them on to you guys. I don't even know how that all works. So obviously I've got to have a bit of live content up there for them to even look at me. Make sure I'm not a scammer. And by the way, I'm not selling any courses, nothing like that. The only thing I might do is try and I'll try and get some codes. So, but I'm not going to try and make money out. As you've probably seen, I'm not the most eloquent speaker in the world, so I don't think I've got the enthusiasm of someone like Patrick Whelan, or whatever his name is. I was watching him the other day. Everyone bags that guy, but geez, entertaining. Ooh. I think he's entertaining anyway. I wonder what he makes. That guy must make a killing. Just on the affiliate link stuff. Is he at 1 mil? I think he's got 1 million subscribers. Wow. Was it 1 million? Anyway, let me know in the chat. Alright, so what am I going to do? I just see this, because the way I trade, I look for the historical points of interest as my entry and exit points. So the only one here, when I say historical, it's the volume profile, previous week, previous day, overnight, and the actually where's the current, where's the weekly and the present week. Yeah, so it's all way down here. That's my orange line. So all the points of interest I'm looking at targeting for entries are all down here. The only one up here, is this one. So if I stick to my game plan, which is only to, my strategy is only to use these, that's what I'm going to use. Like, I'm probably repeating myself, anyone who's hung around for the full session, but I use the orb levels. This is the Tokyo 5-minute orb, so the highest and lowest ranging candles within that first 5 minutes. I use this just visually, and potential areas where I can set up stop losses like here, and exit points like here. So that's just how I trade. So it's a bit boring sometimes if all the action points are all down here and I'm only using one. It can be a little slow, but that's okay. I'd rather be slow and win. So I did 900 on my eval, 900 yesterday on 3 50k accounts and 1200 on my 150k account, and I've done this today, which is, I don't know if that's showing. Is that showing in the stream? 600 today. So I want to try and get another 900. So 2 contract good entry and win will see me out. So it's looking like at the moment I'll have to wait till the 9 o'clock session. Oh, sorry. The 9 o'clock open for Asia. We'll see what happens on the hour. And again, I'll monitor the orb for that hour. Have I set it? I think I set it. Which is 2100. So that's 2100, 9 o'clock New York time, 9 o'clock PM New York time, or Southeast Asia, Singapore, Manila, where I am. That's 9 AM. So we'll see where we go. But yeah, like if I was being a bit more aggressive, this area here is a potential, well, it's right on that. So that would have been not a bad little opportunity to enter. It's just, where do I put my stop? I've got it in the middle of nowhere. Potentially behind this would have been okay, but I don't trade like that. I'd rather use these. This is a historical point of interest. That's the previous day high, so that's yesterday's overnight. Or overnight for me. Is that done? Yeah, so that's the New York session 2 PM candle, all-time high there. So it sort of is, and if I wasn't on a stream trying to convince myself that I should be using that, I probably would have gone in there. Well, sorry, not gone in because it hasn't come down, but I probably could look at that as an opportunity. This is only the developing range, but the developing Asian session range, but so I'm not using any of these at the moment. It's too new. The data's only a couple of hours old, so I'm not using these points. Later in the day, like if this was going into London session or whatever, I'd probably have more confidence in using these levels. But so that would have been alright. That would have That would have been okay. Got in here off the fair value gap. Same move, isn't it? Double tops, come down, same pattern as this. Oh, sorry, this one. Double tops, triple tops, comes down. Sort of a bullish candle, bullish flag. Bang, straight up. Looks like it's doing the same sort of thing. Because it's already done this move, I wouldn't test that again. But maybe a tester here, possibly. So that actually should, maybe something like that. Bit more risk. And I'd probably target just under that developing POC just for a... So as much as I was just saying I don't use these developing range, these developing points of interest, I do for a take profit. Or if it makes sense. Each trade's different. But if my weekly value high and the POC was around this sort of area, I would just, rather than just right under the value high, I would go for that POC just to give it a little bit of buffer. So each entry, each target's different. That's a bit too negative. Maybe that. Maybe I could do that actually. And take profit. I might do that. Might have one shot at it here. So this is our... So if we're still bullish, we shouldn't go below this. Shouldn't. Okay, I don't mind that entry. I'm not confident on this area because this could easily be wicked. I'd really prefer to be below here. For full confidence, but nah, that's too much risk. I'm already 600 up. I don't want to... I'd rather just do something like this, maybe. Let's see how we go. Yeah, so as long, because if we come down through here, I don't mean trade anyway. That's going to get swept. That's going to take all this out anyway. So it's just to see if it holds up here. Like if it's going shorter. If it's getting around this area, I'll probably try and get out of this trade a bit quicker. I don't mind that. I'll put that in. So where are we talking? We are talking just under 555. So 555. I want a long and I want a short at a stop loss at 540.
Order working.
Alright. Let's see how that goes. Not as confident as before. That first one I should add 2 contracts in, but coulda, shoulda, didn't. That was the A plus sort of set up that one. Wonder how close I got. Looks like I picked that right on the mark. Good job, AJ. No one else is going to tell me. I'll tell myself. That's a bummer about the stream. Sorry about that. I'll have to look into that. I don't mind there being a little gap because, look, I don't really want you guys copying my trades because, look, I'm only my history is I was in crypto. So I've been in crypto for a fair while. So my trading history has really been in crypto rather than the futures. Well, it was crypto futures, but rather than Nasdaq, etc. I've only really been trading this for the last 6 months or so. I had my main I'm living in between Australia and Philippines. So in Australia, I was trading other prop firms, and I had some okay payouts through there. But since I've come over to Philippines, the trading platforms the prop firms I've used in the past, Lucid and Take Profit Trader, they're banned over here in the Philippines now. So I'm living in the Philippines. Unfortunately, they're on the ban list, so I can't use them. Apex I can use fine. I don't mind Apex. I prefer the others for different reasons, but doesn't matter. I'll try and get some codes still for there, even though I can't actually trade. That might affect that as well. But at the moment I'm here for a couple more months, then I'll go back to Australia, so I'll start using my Lucid and Take Profit Trader prop firm accounts. Bit of a slow grind, this one. And I knew that anyway, because as soon as I see only one point of interest for me, it's going to be reasonably slow because it's all going to be centered around that. I still think we're headed down to these areas. Might not get right down here between now and London, or if it does, I'm in trouble because I'll definitely lose this one, I'd say. But at least a test. Is that the opening? No. That was that. That's at AR. Yeah, it is. Wow. Okay. So openings are down here anyway. Jeez, that was a big move. I didn't come on until 6:30, so I didn't really pay any attention to that. I was just concentrating up here, which we got one entry somewhere around here. So we had a bit of a win here, just one contract. And we had one contract. What happened here again? Oh, I got in a bit late on this one, but we had a small win there. And we had a entry here and got out here, which was a nice little move as well. So we're at 100%. That doesn't show, does it? I've got to set this up a bit different. That doesn't actually show. Alright, 100%. And where's that performance show? And we've done. Does that show it? We've done 610. 610 today. So 610 on 3 accounts, 3 50k accounts, and 1220 on a 150k account. Yeah, what's happening here? So that's I think I was starting to say. This trade here should have been my 2 contracts. I didn't get 2 contracts in. So I took profit there, but there was a fair bit of whack left to go, but I didn't get in. Because that was the first move. Whereas now, that last one, that was, hang on, which move was that? Yeah, that was that one. So that move's sort of been done out of here. So I'm less confident of it going and taking out those, like sweeping those highs now. Sort of, all I'm hoping for is just a quick in and out now. Whilst we're still bullish. Before I think it will start sort of heading a bit lower. So we're coming up here. Now, where do I want to take my profit? 568. So around 568 there. Just a little base hit. If I can get it. Hopefully we've still got a bit of strength in the market. Stay above here. As long as I stay above here.
Order filled.
Alright, let's see what happens. I want to get out here. Just under that.
Order working.
Hopefully got a bit more left. That's a strong candle though. That's not a good sign. Now, I want to protect some profit, so I might actually... I might just take a bit of risk off that. If that breaks that, I don't really want to be in this trade. Even though I'm moving up. Where's the previous day high? Up there. So I think if it breaks here, it's probably going to potentially go down anyway, so just hope there's enough juice. Just one last move up before it breaks. Hopefully. No, that doesn't look too good. Come on, Mr. Market Maker, give me one little hit. Just one little hit. One more. Whoa. There you go. Okay, so that was always going to happen. So now, yeah, that's what I was worried about. Took a bit of risk off. I should have pushed it right up. But that's okay. So now the next question is, what do we do within the orb? If we break clear, we will be looking, like if we break here with a bit of structure, not just a wick, but an actual build some structure here, we're looking at going down further to test some of these lows. That's the opening range. Sorry, that's the previous day's close range or point, not range. So we'll be looking at these levels. Oh well. I gotta keep going. Now I'll probably stop the stream because I want to trade my my funded accounts. But I still want to. So whilst we're still in the orb, I'm still bullish, sort of, even though we've broke that. This is why I wanted to. This is why I like using these areas rather than just right on here. So I'd rather have maybe used that. So it has to get through that. Has to get through that. And this is the value low, but I would have had too much risk on the table. But in hindsight, that would have been a better move. Have patience. And see that? I would have been in that trade still. This is why you have rules, AJ, and you broke them. Did that move, or was that where it was? Where is the replay? Is that the replay? When did I get in? About there. That wasn't my trade though, was it? No. That's what I wanted to do. So that should have been the move. Anyway, I took a chance. It didn't pay off this time. What's the play? Bang. Oh well. Anyway, so that was China Open. That's why there's a bit of liquidity came into the market. But see how much is that? That's 30 points. See how these orbs are good for. I should have waited. That's the other thing. Why the hell did I trade then? I normally wait for those hours. But that's what happens when you break your plan. Got a bit greedy. Said it would have been good. Look at that. Yeah, so that's the move. That's the Tokyo move. There was a couple of moves, but that was one of the Tokyo moves that I was waiting for. I should have just waited for the China move. Set up there. That would have been enough. Anyway, here's what it is. And you know what? On that, I've had enough. That's 3 hours. 3 and a bit hours, so I'm okay with the session. 3 wins, 1 loss. So I cleared 390. Does that come across? No. I don't know if that comes across. Does that come across? 390 net profit so that's okay. I might trade this a bit later. I might look, if I'm feeling it at London, if anyone's around, I might trade London live on these accounts. Hopefully we're down here a bit more, so I've got a bit more to play with down here. Hopefully. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. Thanks, guys. Have a good day and the rest of the trading day. I hope that all works out for you. We'll see you next time.